Chapter number 1, The Living World. Diversity in the living world, taxonomic categories. How wonderful is living world? The wide range of living types is amazing. The extraordinary habitats in which we find living organisms, be it cold mountain, deciduous forest, oceans, freshwater lakes, deserts, or hot springs, leave us speechless. The beauty of galloping horse, of migrating birds, the valley of flower, or the attacking shark evoke awe and a deep sense of wonder. Ecological conflict and cooperation among members of population and among population of a community or even the molecular traffic inside a cell make us deeply reflect on what indeed is life. This question has two implicit questions within it. The first is technical one and seek answer to what living is as opposed to the non-living. And the second is a philosophical one and seek answer to what the purpose of life is. As scientists, we shall not attempt answering the second question. We will try to reflect on what is living. Diversity in the living world. If you look around, you will see a large variety of living organisms, be it potted plant, insect, birds, your pet, or other animal and plants. There are also several organisms that you cannot see with your naked eye, but they are all around you. If you were to increase the area that you make observation in, the range and variety of organisms that you see would increase. Obviously, if you were to visit a dense forest, you would probably see a much greater number and kind of living organism in it. Each different kind of plant, animal, and organism that you see represent a species. A number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million. This refers to biodiversity or the number and the type of organisms present on Earth. We should remember here that we explore new areas and even old ones. New organisms are continuously being identified. As stated earlier, there are millions of plant and animal in the world. We know the plant and animal in our own area by their local names. These local names would vary from place to place, even within our country. Probably you would recognize the confusion that would be created if we did not find a way and means to talk to each other to refer to organisms we are talking about. Hence, there is a need to standardize the naming of living organisms such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. This process is called nomenclature. Obviously, nomenclature or naming is only possible when organism is described correctly and we know to what organism the name is attached to. This is identification. In order to facilitate the study, number of scientists have established procedure to assign scientific name to each known organism. This is acceptable to biologists all over the world. For plants, scientific names are based on agreed principles and criteria which are provided in International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. You may ask, how are animals named? And animal taxonomists have evolved an International Code of Zoological Nomenclature (ICZN). The scientific name ensures that each organism has only one name. Description of any organism should enable the people in any part of the world to arrive in the same name. They also ensure that such a name has not been used for any other known organism. Biologists follow universally accepted principle to provide scientific name to known organisms. Each name has two components, the generic name and the specific epithet. This system of providing a name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. This naming system given by Carlos Linnaeus is being practiced by biologists all over the world. This naming system using two words format was found convenient. Let us take the example of mango to understand the way of providing scientific name better. The scientific name of mango is written as Mangifera indica. Let us see how it is a binomial name. In this name, Mangifera represents genus, while indica is a particular species or a specific epithet. Other universal rule of nomenclature are as follows. Number 1. Biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. The first word in a biological name represents genus, while the second component denotes the specific epithet. Both the words in biological name, when handwritten, are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Fourth, the first word denoting the genus starts with a capital letter, while the specific epithet starts with a small letter. It can be illustrated with an example of Mangifera indica. Name of the author appear after the specific epithet at the end of the biological name and is written in an abbreviated form, Mangifera indica Lin. It indicates that this species was first described by Linnaeus. Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process is classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient category based on some easily observable character. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plant or animal or dog or cat or insect. The moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain character with the organism in that group. What image do you see when you think of a dog? Obviously, each one of us will see dog and not cat. Now, if we were to think of Alstanians, we know that what we are talking about. Similarly, suppose we were to say mammals, you would of course think of animal with external ears and body hair. Likewise, in plants, if we try to talk of wheat, the picture in each of our mind will be of wheat plant, not of rice or any other plants. Hence, all these dog, cats, mammals, wheat, rice, plant, animal, etc. are convenient category we use to study organisms. The scientific term for these category is taxa. Here you must recognize that taxa can indicate categories at a very different level. Plants also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, animals, mammals, dogs are all taxa. But you know that a dog is a mammal and mammal are animal. Therefore, mammals and dog represent taxa at different level. Hence, based on characteristic, all living organisms can be classified into a different taxa. This process of classification is taxonomy, external and internal structure along with the structure of cell. Developmental process and ecological information of organisms are essential and form the basis of modern taxonomic study. Hence, characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature are the processes that are basic to taxonomy. Taxonomy is not something new. Human beings have always been interested in knowing more and more about the various kind of organisms, particularly with reference to their own use. In early days, human beings needed to find source for their basic need of food, clothing, and shelter. Hence, the earliest classification were based on the use of various organisms. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about the different kind of organisms and their diversities, but also relationship among them. This branch of study was referred to as systematics. The word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms. Linus used Systema Nature as the title of his publication. The scope of systematics was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature, and classification. Systematics take into account evolutionary relationship between organisms. Taxonomic categories. Classification is not a single step process but involve a hierarchy of steps in which each step represents rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called taxonomic category, and all category together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as unit of classification in fact represent a rank and is commonly termed as taxon. Taxonomic category and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Insect represent a group of organisms sharing common feature like three pair of joint legs. It means insects are recognizable concrete object which can be classified and thus were given a rank or category. Can you name other such group of organisms? Remember, group represent category. Category further denote rank. Each rank or taxon in fact represent a unit of classification. These taxonomic group categories are distinct biological entity and not merely morphological aggregate. Taxonomical studies of all known organisms have led to the development of a common category such as kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus, and species. All organisms, including those in the plant and animal kingdom, have species as lowest category. Now, the question you may ask is how to place an organism in various categories. The basic requirement is the knowledge of character of an individual or group of organisms. This helps in identifying similarity and dissimilarity among the individuals of same kind of organism as well as of other kind of organism. Species. Taxonomic study considered a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarity species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on distinct morphological differences. Let us consider Mangifera indica, Solanum tuberosum, and Panthera leo. All three names, indica, tuberosum, and leo, represent specific epithets, while the first word Mangifera, Solanum, and Panthera are genera and represent another higher level taxon category. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithet representing different organisms, but having morphological similarities. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum include species like Nigrum and Melongena. Human being belong to species Sapiens, which is grouped in the genus Homo. Scientific name thus for human being is written as Homo sapien. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregate of closely related species. For example, potato and brinjal are two different species but both belong to genus. Solanum, lion, leopard, and tiger, with several common features, are all species of the genus Panthera. Thus, this genus differ from another genus Felis, which include cat. Families. The next category, family, has a group of related genera with still less number of similarity as compared to genus and species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive feature of plant species. Among plants, for example, three different genera Solanum, Petunia, and Datura are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animal, for example, genus Panthera comprising lion, tiger, leopard is put along with genus Felis in the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the feature of cat and dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well as they are separated into two different families, Felidae and Canidae, respectively. Order. You have seen earlier that a category like species, genus, families are based on number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified based on aggregates of character. Order being a higher category is assemblies of families which exhibit a few similar character. The similar character are less in number as compared to different genera included in the family. Plant family like Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polynomials, mainly based on floral character. The animal order Carnivora include families like Felidae and Canidae. Class. This category include related orders. For example, order Primata, comprising monkey, gorilla, gibbons, is placed in class Mammalia along with order Carnivora that include animal like tiger, cat, dog. Class Mammalia has other orders also. Phylum class comprising animal like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, along with mammals constitute the next higher category called phylum. All these based on common feature like presence of notochord or dorsal holoneurosystem are included in phylum Chordata. In case of plant, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. Kingdom. All animals belonging to a various phyla are assigned to a highest category called kingdom Animalia in the classification system of animals. The kingdom Plantae, on the other hand, is distinct and comprises all plant from various divisions. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal and plant kingdom. Taxonomic category from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order, starting with species in figure. These are broad categories. However, taxonomists have also developed a subcategory in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Look at a hierarchy. Can you recall the basis of arrangement? Say, for example, as we go higher from species to kingdom, the number of common characters goes on decreasing. Lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that member with the taxon share. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining relationship to other taxa at the same level. Hence, problem of classification become more complex, indicating the taxonomic category to which some common organisms like housefly, man, mango, wheat belong. Summary: the living world is rich in variety. Millions of plant and animal have been identified and described, but a large number still remain unknown. The very range of organisms in terms of size, color, habitat, physiology, and morphological feature make us seek the defining characteristic of a living organism. In order to facilitate the study of kind and diversity of organisms, biologists have evolved a certain rule and principle for identification, nomenclature, classification of organisms. The branch of knowledge dealing with these aspects is referred to as taxonomy. Taxonomic studies of various species of plant and animal are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, and in general for knowing our bioresource and their diversity. The basics of taxonomy like identification, naming, and classification of organisms are universally evolved under an international code. Based on resemblance and distinct difference, each organism is identified and assigned a correct scientific, yeah, a biological name comprising two words as per the binomial system of nomenclature. An organism occupy a place or position in the system of classification. There are many categories or rank which are generally referred to as taxonomic categories or taxa. All the categories constituent a taxonomic hierarchy.